This is Ron Caronian with Comic Privy as well as Loose Element Entertainment. Today we have Mike. Mike, can you tell us a little bit about your company as well as the book that you're working on?
My book's called Headlocked. It's about a kid who's a theater major in college who sort of accidentally discovers professional wrestling and falls in love with it. And it sort of takes over his life to the point that he quits school and sets out to become a wrestler. And it's sort of his journey starting out as a fan and working his way through the wrestling business.
Now, a book like that just didn't come out of nowhere. What experience inspired that book?
I think anytime you've been a wrestling fan for a long enough time, you sort of have to defend your fandom to people, and sort of, I guess, as our main character, Mike Hartman, learns the wrestling business, the fans can kind of learn it along with him and sort of see everything that goes into it. I think there's people that have a negative stigma, and they're just very dismissive of anything as soon as they hear wrestling because it's fake or whatever. But hopefully when it's all said and done, it'll be my defense of wrestling as a true American art form.
What made you decide to use comics as the way to tell the story?
Well, I love comics and I always wanted to write comics, but I also think that comics and wrestling have so much in common. On the surface you have colorful characters and larger than life heroes, costumes, drama, but I also think to a certain extent too, comics and wrestling are both sort of dominated by a single aesthetic, and superheroes sort of dominate comics and WWE dominates wrestling, and they're both storytelling mediums. You can tell a million different types of stories with them, but for whatever reason we only choose to usually tell a few. So I wanted to tell a dramatic story, and it's a little bit different.
What are your future goals for this book?
I just want to be able to tell it as long as I can. No matter what else I do in comics or whatever, I always want to be able to write this book. I'll write it as long as people will read it. There's so much in the craft of wrestling and the history and the culture of wrestling to explore. And I think as long as I can tell good stories, I'd like to keep it going.
Where can people find out more information about you as well as your book?
Everything related to Headlocked is all Headlocked Comic. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's my gamer tag if you want to play me in Left 4 Dead. Except for Tumblr. Tumblr is Headlocked Comic Book. Somebody jacked me on Headlocked Comic.
All right, perfect. So I wish you the best, and I look forward to hearing more about your work as well as following you as well.
All right, thanks very much for having me.
Thank you very much. You take care.